Hello everyone. Today we'll explore the initiative and referendum process in Arizona. The initiative and referendum processes in Arizona are key components of direct democracy. First, let's clarify what we mean by these terms. An initiative is a process that empowers citizens to propose new laws or constitutional amendments directly for a vote. In contrast a referendum allows voters to approve or reject laws that have already been passed by the state legislative. Both processes enable citizens to have a direct say in their government. Now let's discuss how initiatives and referendums are created. For an initiative, supporters first draft their proposed measure and then need to gather a specific number of signatures from registered voters. 10% of the voters cast in the last election. Once they collect the required signatures, they submit them to Secretary of State, who verifies them. If the signatures are validated, the initiative will be placed on a ballot for voters to decide. On the other hand, referendums often stem from laws passed by the state legislative. If citizens oppose a new law, they can gather a minimum of 5% of the voters cast in the previous election to qualify for a referendum. Voters then decide whether to approve or reject the existing law. Let's compare and contrast initiatives and referendums. Initiatives are proposed by citizens and aim to introduce new laws, while referendums involve voting on laws already passed by the legislature. The signature requirement is different too. Initiatives require 10% of the voters from the last election, whereas referendums only need 5%. Lastly, both initiatives and referendums typically appear on the ballot during general elections, allowing voters to make their voices heard. Now let's discuss the pros and cons of each process. For initiatives, a major advantage is that they empower citizens to address issues directly and bypass legislative gridlock. However, they can also lead to poorly drafted laws and are sometimes influenced by special interest groups, which can skew the intentions of the proposal. On the flip side, referendums allow voters to directly reject laws that they find unpopular, promoting accountability in the legislature. However, they can oversimplify complex issues into yes or no questions, and there's a risk of voters' fatigue if too many measures are presented at once. Finally, both initiatives and referendums support the idea of direct democracy as outlined in the Arizona Constitution. The Constitution explicitly provides for these processes, reflecting the progressive movement's aim to enhance citizen participation in governance. This empowerment allows voters to have a direct impact on laws and policies that affect their lives, ensuring that government remains responsive to the needs and desires of the people. In conclusion, initiatives and referendums are vital components of the Arizona's direct democracy, allowing citizens to have a significant voice in their government. By understanding these processes, we can better appreciate how they empower voters and influence legislation. In our state, Thank you for your attention, and I look forward to your questions.